go to the doctor now. Black people dog go to the doctor now. This is a new phenomenon. Oh. White people, my Hispanic, Latino people, y'all been taking y'all dog to the doctors for years. This is new for black folks. Back in the day, black dogs knew not to get sick. Black dog be talking to another black dog. I don't know what you got, player, but you need to get rid of that. And you about to be dead around here, understand? That dog across the street going to the doctor. You going in the backyard, player. I know what I'm talking about. You shake that.
So, here's what I'm learning. If you feel like you should call somebody, call them. Like, for real. If you feel like you think somebody on your mind, you feel like, man, I ain't talked to such and such in a while. Man, I need to call my aunt. I need to call my cousin. I need to check with my grandma. I need to call my friend. Call them. It's amazing. Like, for me, in my early years, through my 20s, really 30s, even early 40s, we have had very little death in our family. Very little. Not a lot of accidents, not a lot of trauma, not a lot of tragedy. Whereas on my wife has had multiple people die close to her. I've been to several tragic, tough circumstances concerning her. So it wouldn't be an overstatement for me to say that I haven't had to deal with a lot of close loss. But seems like in the past couple of years, I've been dealing with more of it. And what I'm learning is, in all those cases, when I found out that somebody died, I recognized that at some point, somewhere in the recent, whether it's a day, week, months, that person came up in my spirit. Hey, you ain't talked such in a while. You hadn't done this, you ain't done that. What I'm saying is, bottom line, real simple. Ain't nothing deep about it. If you think about somebody, call them. You haven't talked to them in a while, call them. Because when you can't call them no more, man, that's a tough situation. It's a bad feeling. It's a heavy feeling. It's a weighty feeling. Today, though, we're celebrating a friend. It's a tough show, but we're going to have some fun doing it. Because that's what he would want us to do. We're celebrating our friend, our brother, fellow comedian, fellow Christian, fellow Chinese buffet lover. Our friend, Spanky Brown. This is the Akintunde Show, a.k.a. the Grown Man Podcast on the Freethinkers Radio Network. Time to get it started, y'all. Our show. All right, so last Saturday morning, I'm up getting ready for church, to travel, getting ready to leave town, and kind of going through my whole process, kind of checking and make sure I got all my stuff together. I get a text from a friend of mine, my man, one of my best friends in the whole world, Mr. Sean Jones. He says, "Call me ASAP." I said, and I'm like, okay. I'm literally putting stuff in the bags, getting ready to leave. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna call Sean when I get settled. I get another text from Tony Tone. Call me. And finally, when I found out the reason why they were calling me was to let me know that our brother, our friend, Byron Yeldell, a.k.a. Spanky Brown, was no longer in this world. And I can honestly say, it took my breath away. To know that Spank wasn't here anymore. And it's a different, what I told my wife was, I said, things ain't the same no more. That's what I said to her. I said, things ain't the same no more. And that's what happens when you lose somebody close to you. So today, we are remembering a friend, a brother, a comedian, and I'm going to have some of my comedy brothers to join me. I got Mike Goodwin. I got Sean Jones. I got actually one of Spank's first agents or bookers from Heffron Talent, Brian Heffron, and Joe Pace, another agent and booker from Heffron Talent. And we're remembering our friend, our brother, Mr. Spanky Brown. It's a heavier grown man podcast, but yet a great grown man podcast because we talk about a grown man. Spank was with me one night when I got so mad at a club owner who didn't have our money, me and Spank's money, that I was so heated because it was like this had happened before, and this particular guy is telling us he don't have our money, and I literally took his amp rack out his club and told him that if he didn't have our money by the morning, that he wasn't getting his amp rack back. And Spank was like, man, you can't take that man amp rack. I said, yes, we are, Spank. We gonna take this blankety blank joker amp rack because he ain't got our money. And me and Spank gave him until that morning. And he didn't have our money. And me and Spank took that amp rack back to Savannah, not knowing how much that amp rack was worth. That was the best thing that man could have did was not paying us because the collateral. We sold that amp rack for about 3-4 times what we was gonna get paid that night. Ow! Hallelujah! We sold to Lottman, the owner of Frozen Paradise in Savannah, Georgia. Me and Spanky Brown, then we took that money up and sat in the car and Cap was like, God, dog, we made more money, way more money than we was gonna make. Sorry about that. We're going to have a good time remembering our friend. I'm Akintunde, and this is the Grown Man Podcast. We're remembering our friend, my friend, our brother, Byron Yeldell, a.k.a. Spanky Brown. Time to get started, family. Ox Show. I'm going to bring in my brother to a certified nut himself. Comedian, writer, motivational speaker. He is a husband, father, church member. The bow tie comedy and a friend of Spanky Brown, Mike Goodwin. What's up, Mike?
What's up, Op? What's
How
going
goes it,
on,
man?
I'm good, brother. I was thinking about Spanky. Spanky used to have a radio show that I played a character called Reverend Coach, and I would call in and I would pray on Monday mornings, and
Reverend Coach, that's
Reverend
right.
Coach, and I would call in and I would say, "Good morning, Spanky Brown. Good morning." That was Spanky's creation. He was like, "Hey man, I want you to play this character. You call in and you pray for all the sports ignorance that happened over the weekend." So
only Spank would do that.
yeah,
Reverend Coach.
Reverend Coach.
That Spank had one of the silliest, sickest.
And everything. His intro was never the same. It was like from the Nation of Islam Baptist Church of Near Thy God, the Church's Chicken and Karate Shoes Emporium in Columbia, South Carolina. Let's Reverend Coach.
Reverend Coach, man.
Good morning, Spanky Brown.
That was dope character. I heard a few of those shows. That was an excellent job on that. But that's Spank. Spank,
Yeah.
who would put Reverend Coach together?
Right, to pray
Come on.
for sports foolishness.
Every Monday.
Every Monday. We started the week off. He said, and he had this baseball song from way back. It was like a Heaven's a baseball game or something like that. It was an old school.
Wow.
And he would play, that would be my intro, and he would have the most ridiculous intro of my name of my church. He just, from the Family Dollar, Big Lock merger, Episcopal St. Paul's, intramural,
Hilarious.
flag football team,
Hilarious.
coach and chaplain. Give it up.
Reverend Coach.
Rev Coach. I'm trying to remember the first time I met Spank, like officially in my brain. So the first time I did comedy, I opened for you at a New Year's Eve service. I think in my head, Spank was also at the Comedy House that same week. He was staying at your house, or he had come over to your house after service or after the show.
Right.
And I remember those things being very close. I don't know if it was the same week.
Right.
Or it was the week after, but I think, or maybe leading up to it. Like, I don't, maybe I had not done a set or I just done a set. And
it's amazing you said it because I remember something like that. Timelines I'm not fully clear on, but it was
you
right
over
around
there off of Bruce River.
Yeah,
that house over there.
Yeah,
and I think I went and saw him destroy the Comedy House.
Yeah.
And then he was there in all his Spanky Brown glory at your crib down at down in the basement.
Cut up, man. We sat there and just cut the food.
Right.
You know, what I remember with one thing, like kind of became I guess a little part of our thing that the three of us would do when Spank would come to Columbia.
Right.
Is hit the buffet.
Right. Chinese buffet.
And man, it's like that was, man, Spank had a way of eating like that, just eating at a pace that was solely his.
Yeah.
I mean, he ate slow, like Spank enjoyed his food. He ate like he had a bad tooth. Like it was like he was just took his time just eating, just plodding along.
Right.
And we be feeling like, hey man, so you good? Like, no, I ain't finished yet. Man, come on, what you doing? I'm gonna go back again. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go back again too, but you just on your second play. I'm on number 4.
Right.
Classic Spank, man. He used to call me, man. He would call me and tell me about these eating spots on the road. Like he said, where you at? I was like, man, I'm in Jacksonville. If you going through Tallahassee? Nah, man, if you go through Tallahassee, you got to stop by.
Right.
And then I might go like a month later.
Right.
I'm like, bruh,
right.
I hit your spot. Ridiculous, man.
Right. That's the other thing about Spank. He knew every highway. Like there was never a time where I would talk to him like, hey man, where you at? And I'd say, you know, Fredericksburg, Virginia. He was like, oh yeah, so what'd you get on 84 to get on? Man, I'm just listening to GPS, man. I don't know how I got there. I don't know how I got here.
See, Spank came from a different time. See, when Mike hit the road, Mike, how long you been doing comedy now? About 10 years?
About 12.
12 years, okay.
Yeah.
Mike been doing comedy 12 years. Spank is at 20. I'm right at about 25. So when Spank, when we started doing comedy back then, you had to go by the Atlas.
Right.
And the Atlas don't warn you about accidents or traffic or that this road now is blocked off.
Right.
And you got to go through a 45-hour detour.
Dude, Spank knew all. Like, he was a truck driver. Like, I said, man, how you know all these roads, man?
Yeah.
Like, oh, yeah, man, I'm on I-10. And I just put in my GPS and go, man.
He had them old black man directions, I call them.
Follow where it tell me to go. And I just recently, I talked to Spank probably about 2 weeks ago. Spank loves the Memphis Tigers basketball team. Oh my goodness. And so this was the time Memphis had the coach Tubby Smith had resigned. Mm-hmm. And so Spank was geeked about Penny Hardaway becoming the coach, but they hadn't named him yet. Yeah. And so he was just like, oh man, we about to go back to the glory days. We about to be running and gunning.
Wow.
We about to be the Memphis. Oh, like the days when Memphis had a bad basketball team, it made Spank mad. Spank, like he just wasn't good. He wasn't at peace about Memphis not having a good team.
Right,
he just didn't understand all these ball players. And then you'll say somebody be like, yeah, they from Memphis. You know, all these players that leave.
Right. Wow.
He's like, we need a coach, man. We need a coach.
And you know another thing I remember about Spank? Spank had one of the most eclectic and yet expansive music tastes.
Oh, man.
Like, we would be on the road and we might listen to some Tony.
Right.
Or he might have, and he had stuff, like he owns CDs. I'm like, you got that?
Right.
Why do you have a Def Leppard CD? You got a Def Leppard CD? You brought that? And then he'll pop it in. We both in there. Yeah. Right. I'm like, wow. Why do I know that? Why do you know
one of my favorite jokes about Spank was a song. He did the Dirt Road song. He used to do he did this like Gaither's.
I'm going with him.
I'm going with him. And people being there clapping. I'm talking about crying.
Let me tell you
so y'all wrote that bit.
We wrote the Dirt Roads. Me and Spank was on the road. This is true. This is how
me and the Lord was walking.
We on the road, and we literally started talking about those old Southern white gospel groups. I love them. And it's like, and y'all would come out, and it's like 3 or 4 of them. You their daddy and his 2 sons and his brother.
Ronnie, Bobby, Ricky, Mike. He would call them.
And we literally just start singing the song.
Man.
I'm going him. When I die, I'm going
with Jesus.
him. I'm going him. I'm going with him. Then you like, you gotta have the debate. When I die, I'm going with him. Dude, wrote that song in the car. And at the time I was like, man, I don't know where I would put that in the thing. And then he called me like we used to sing on the road all the time. It was just a road thing that we would do. Just sing. Like it's a couple things we used to do on the road. But that was just our road thing. Right. He called me like 2 years later. He said, hey man, he said, what we gonna do about the dirt roads? I said, man, you have it. I ain't put that on stage no time. He's like, all right. And next thing I know,
on the road, closing.
That's a room wrecker.
Tears.
The dirt road.
Tears. Cause I walk with Jesus is like sweeping that old dirt road.
Okay, so
it's smooth.
This is how that came up. We was like, my daddy had it. We lived out on back in the country. Our whole family lived out there. And we worked our daddy's farm.
Right.
And my daddy had a dirt road. And my daddy would make us sweep that dirt road. And one day my brother finally had the guts enough to ask him, Daddy, why do you make us sweep this dirt road? And my daddy said, son, that dirt road is like your walk with Jesus. As long as you keep sweeping it, it's going to get smoother and smoother and smoother.
That, man, they were interviewing him. Man, and people be in the club, you be having clapping.
We got to record
walking.
Talking. One day up on the street. On the street. Come on, son.
Oh my goodness.
I'm going here.
Like he's that guy with that soprano voice. I'm going with him. He said, man, Woo. Tears. Man. Tears. My wife was talking about how you listen to Spank, you cry laughing.
Crying. And I know we're out of time. And I'm sorry. Just tuning in. We're celebrating the life of Spanky Brown, comedian Spanky Brown. Our friend, our brother, one of me and Mike's best friends. And so if you're just tuning in, you're like, what are you talking about? I'm talking about our brother. Just check the description, check the page. Something is on the page to tell you what we're talking about. But man, Spank had a way of doing comedy that was really all his.
Right.
His pace, his style, his flavor, he really, really, really had developed himself. As comics, you always want to develop your pace, your flow, your style, what you do. Spank had really done
Nailed it.
He nailed it, perfected it, man. We're going to miss you, Spank. Any closing thoughts, Mike, before we bring in all other folks that we got on the show today?
I think the thing for me was just Spank was a comics comic.
Yeah.
I think that I could always, we would call, like, me and Spank could talk for an hour, or we could talk for 2 minutes, because he's like, hey, man, I got this idea. What you think about it?
Yeah.
And we we gone.
Yep.
Or you ever heard anybody do that?
Yeah.
Boom. Yeah. And it was so incredible, and the funniest thing ever is the AIDS monkey biting somebody in the face.
The AIDS monkey.
Rest easy, baby. Rest easy, Spank. The AIDS monkey.
When he called me with that, I said, Spank, I said, man, hold up. I said, you literally gonna put the AIDS monkey in the joke?
Stage.
Who can put the AIDS monkey
and make it funny?
Spanky Brown, that's what we do it, man.
He had like a noise with it too. The AIDS monkey bite her right in the face.
Oh, Byron yelled there, Spanky Brown.
He used to do these noises too. Like he was blowing the little birthday. It was so subtle. And even quick one thing, like he had these Laundromat Chronicles.
Yeah.
And he had it in Laundromat number 32 for O.J. Simpson. Like his comedy was so it was so subtle.
And it was and his comedy, his pace, and his flavor, it was so effective. That's what I would say. It was effective, which is why he had such a passionate fan base. Like Spank fans.
Right.
Them some faithful fans.
Love Spank.
They love Spank, man. Man, if you don't know him, Byron Yelldale.
If you don't know Spank, you're a raggedy bastard. That's what he was saying.
That was his phrase. That was his phrase. He loved it.
Raggedy bastard.
That brother on the screen right there to my left is Mike Goodwin. And man, you watching the Grown Man Podcast. We celebrating our brother, Spanky Brown. Up next, I got longtime agent, old school from back in the day, from creative entertainment, which then became Heffron Talent. I got Joel Pace coming up. I got Tony Tone coming up. I got Sean Jones coming up. We're remembering our friend Spanky Brown. This is Grown Man Podcast. Stay right there, family.
I'm live.
Hey, family, we're back. Grown Man Podcast, aka the Akintunde Show. All right, this right here, man. Like Spank has just brought all this together, and okay, I'm on the phone literally with the first guy to ever give me a whole bunch of consistent work. His name is Brian Heffron, but he's known in the comedy community as Heff. And I'll tell you some of my Heff stories in a little bit. But Heff, welcome to the show, bruh.
Thank you, Ak. I'm glad to be here.
But what were you saying? When I had to stop and he was going into a good story. And I said, hold on, Heff, we got to record this. What were you saying? You said Sean Jones. It was me, you.
Okay, me, you, Sean Jones, and Spanky. Now, we were going to a gig, and I don't know where it was, but I believe it was Eastern North Carolina. And you said, I have a guy that I'm going to bring with you.
Uh-huh.
And it was a guy named Spanky Brown.
Right, I remember that. I'm trying to think where we were.
The question is, where were we?
I want to say it was a new club that you were opening up. And
well, it's always a new club because it was something that opened and closed in about a week and a half.
But I remember this being a nice place. It was like was it Myrtle Beach? It might have been Myrtle Beach or something like that.
It wasn't Myrtle Beach, but I do know this. Afterwards, we went and did like the electric slide in some horrible, horrible place.
We went out. We was drinking. We was eating, having a good time, dancing, cutting the food. And I remember that. I remember that. That was like, I don't know if Spank, did he do a guest spot that night or something? Probably
You brought him as the MC.
Okay. Wow.
And that was the day I met Spanky. And from that day on, 25 years later, it was one of the greatest human beings I've ever met.
Greatest guys ever in the history of comedy.
History.
Man, I mean, it's Spank. And Heff, you work with Spank. I mean, like, I don't know anybody else that Spank worked with more than he worked with you over the span of the years.
That is correct.
Yeah, man. What's your favorite Spank story, Heff?
You know what? I don't think I have one, and I'll tell you why.
Mm-hmm.
Because Spanky Brown on stage was a very, very funny man.
Right.
But Spanky Brown off stage made us laugh like there's nobody that commanded a offstage situation because you know why? Because it was positive.
Yeah.
It was wonderful. It was spiritual.
Yeah.
The man was just just 7-8 days ago.
Yeah.
I gave him a hug and told him I loved him, and we talked about the cigarettes, as you know.
Right. Right.
And my favorite thoughts of Spanky are not a specific story. They're just every single time he's around, he could take a situation and just say something funny.
Yeah.
He was that guy.
Yeah, he was that guy. He was that guy. You're right. I mean, some of the I was just talking with Mike Goodwin.
He had a cold earlier this year.
Yeah. And
walked into my office and said, "I'm coughing up stuff that has backpack on it." That's Spanky.
That's classic Spanky Brown.
Classic.
That's a classic Spanky Brown line.
And every single time he ever walked into our office, he said, "All rise." Every time.
Wow. Man, it's a tough day for all of us, man. You know, it's been a crazy few days, and I think,
yes.
and you and I hadn't talked in years, and the crazy thing about it is when you lose somebody who was that great of a person, who you were that close with, it makes you reevaluate your life.
No doubt.
It makes you reevaluate your relationships. It makes you say, okay, man, I ain't talked to Hef in a long time. Why haven't I talked to Hef in a long time? No good reason.
I agree.
Rectify that. You know what I'm saying? And man, I wish we were talking under better circumstances, but I'm glad to be talking to you, bro. And
well, at the end of the day, I think Spanky's death may have been a thing that brought us back together.
Yeah. It's a wake-up call. It's a wake-up call. It's a value those people in your life that are close to you, even if you hadn't talked to them in a while. Because see, what I'm learning is, man, life is like an interstate. And I don't know if you ever stopped on an exit and you did several things on the exit. You got something to eat, you got some gas, you went to the bathroom. You might have hung out there, just relaxed for an hour, and then you move on. But the time that you were there. That was an important stop on the road. And for me, it's like relationships are like those stops. It's like but you have to make sure you go back through and stop by and talk to folks you hadn't talked to in a while. See people you hadn't seen in a while.
And the reality is that Ak, Sean, Spanky, we went through a war together.
Yeah.
It's not the war that would never disrespect our veterans, but
right.
We went through a war together.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if you went through a war together, 25 years ago. We always remember that we went through the war together.
Yeah.
We were on the road.
Yeah.
We were trying to find something to eat.
Yeah.
We were trying to find another place, the microphone cut out.
Right.
We went through that war together, and that will always bond us.
Always, man. I have a lot of Hef stories, but
oh God.
No, these are all great. I always tell people, I said, man, Hef will call right when I needed some extra gig.
Hey, I need you to drive 750,000 miles to get $50, and Ak will go, "I'm there, man."
You would call, you were like, all right, where are you? I'm in Jacksonville. Can you get to Charlotte, North Carolina by 8 o'clock?
Is there any way you could be to Montana by tomorrow?
Oh, man. Classic.
You know what you always said?
I'll be there.
I'll be there. And you did a wonderful job, and you killed it, and that's why you are where you are. I mean, you're an amazing soldier of the business.
Well, man, I appreciate the part of my life, part of my journey that you played. You played your part along that way. I don't know if you remember this. first time, you probably didn't know it at the time, but I quit my job to go full time. Didn't know what I was going to do. And you called me. You said, hey, what are you doing next 2 weeks? I'm like, you tell me. And you gave me the creative run. Remember the old school creative run?
Of course. Name
Charlotte,
the cities.
Greensboro, Nashville, Memphis. I mean, I forgot the Virginia. I mean, that whole run. And
Yep.
I mean, that was a lot of money for a cat who was featuring.
Which, by the way, folks, if you're listening, that was about $80.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't that bad. I tell y'all later how much it was. I probably can add it up. It was $150 a night. That's what it was.
Yes.
$150
Minus 10%.
Minus 10%. But then you say this, but I'll waive the commission.
Yes, I would waive it for you. If you had to drive over 15 hours, I waived the $12.
Wow, man. Bruh, I'm going to call you, man. I'm going to call you.
Please do. Please do.
Man, good talking to you, Hef.
You too, man. I'm so happy for your success, Ak.
Thank you, Hef. And thank you for playing your part, man. I appreciate it.
Always.
Sir. Man.
All right, buddy.
All right, buddy. Man, we got Joe Pace that's coming up.
Yo, Ak.
That was Joe. What's up, man?
What's up, brother?
So, okay, so guys,
all right, you got half.
I got half. I mean, this is amazing that we got Brian Heffernan to do a call in. When has Hef ever done a radio call in or
never,
podcast?
never in his entire life.
That tells you how important Spanky is to him. That gives you a picture, man.
Dude, Spanky is more than important. He is family. He's not only a great comedian, like I said, he's family.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Dude, I mean, getting half on the phone?
Yeah. If you don't know, Brian Heffernan is the owner, founder of Heffernan Talent. Used to be Creative Entertainment. So back in the day, it was two guys who ran Creative Entertainment. A guy named Brad Greenberg and his dad, Abe Greenberg, was. I have to tell you some stories about Abe Greenberg.
Dang, you're going way back, dude. You're going way back.
So Hef buys the Comedy Zone name and brand and starts his own company, Heffernan Talent. And then he brings in a guy named Joe Pace. Joe was a fresh-faced, 20-something-year-old, energetic agent who would get you some work. And you call Joe, what you got, man? I got a hole in the calendar. Let me see what I got. I call you back in about 3 hours. Okay, I can put you here. I can put you there. I can put you there. And you would build a week with Joe.
I love you calling me fresh face. That
was a long time ago.
I mean, you're going way back.
It was years ago, man. When did you start working with Spank? How long has Spank been working for Heffernan when you came on?
God, man, 28 years.
Wow.
I don't know. I mean, when he first started back in
that was the
Savannah.
Yeah.
Back in when Spank started down there.
Yeah. And
I love me some Spank.
And he loved you too, Joe. He loved you too.
I know.
He loved you too.
He would walk in our office. He moved around a lot, but he moved to Charlotte a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
And he would walk in and he would talk about his Cowboys. I'd talk about my Steelers, and we would fight.
Wow, man. If what do you have a Spanky Brown story? Do you have something that you remember about Spank? You know, I was talking to Mike Goodwin. We were talking about him eating, talking about places we go. What do you remember most about Spank?
Oh my God! If we're going to eating, that's not even fair. You could out eat anybody.
Particularly because he would pace himself.
Yeah, and he chewed slow. That's the thing that bothered me. Is like, dude, Spank would come in and go, "Hey, let's go to lunch." I'm like, "All right, man, we'll go to lunch." Lunch would turn into dinner.
Yep.
Or supper in the South, as we call it.
Yep.
But he would chew so slow. I'm like, dude, you gotta eat. I mean, you gotta chew that stuff and swallow. I gotta go home. I got 4 kids. You better swallow that shit. I got somewhere to be.
Hilarious. and Joel, you got 4 kids now.
I got 4. I got 4 babies.
You're a grown man. You're a grown man.
Thank you, Ak. Yes. Yes, I've actually grown up in the 25, 28, 20, 30 years, whatever it is.
Wow.
that we've known each other. Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
I've actually grown up.
Here's a tough question for you. How did you find out that Spanky passed?
Oh, all right. Well, it was the Thursday night early, when before everybody else knew.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, my phone started blowing up. People were calling me, asking what's going on with Spank, and I couldn't tell them. I couldn't confirm anything.
Okay.
But yeah, it was the day it happened.
Wow.
That absolutely blew my mind, man. I mean,
Wow.
I love Spank, and knowing Spank, and like I said, I love this guy more than anything in the world.
Yeah.
And I know his heart, and he knows my heart.
Yeah.
And when that happened, the first thing that came to my mind is a verse from the King James version, and it came to pass while he blessed them,
right,
he was parted from them,
right,
and carried up to heaven,
right,
which is Luke 24:51.
right, right.
I love me some Spank, dude.
Yeah. To be absent from the body is to be with the Lord, man. And you found out way before I did. Sadly, I found out Saturday, and I walk at the airport, and I get a text. I got a text from Sean Jones like crazy early in the morning, and I'm like, I was headed to the airport. I said, let me get to the airport, and I called Sean back. He just said, call me ASAP, and I said, okay, as soon as I get, I'm literally getting to the airport, and then right behind that, I got a text from Tony Tone, and I'm like, okay, why are both of them texting me at the same time? And
you know it's important. If Sean and Tony call you, you better reply.
Right. And I got Sean on the phone, and then literally, man, I very rarely have I ever felt that type of feeling. It literally took my breath away. Like, I was like, well, and of course the first thing is, are you sure? Is any way this is untrue? And then I had to make a phone call and tell my wife.
I did the exact same thing. Like, I don't believe this is happening, because I was down. I'm based out of Charlotte, North Carolina, but I was down in Orlando, Florida. I took my family down to Disney, and we were spending time in Disney. And I got a call like around 11 o'clock saying, "Hey, Spanky's gone." I'm like, "What do you mean he's gone? You know, you need me to call him?" They're like, "No, he's gone." I'm like, "What do you mean gone? There's no such thing as Spanky gone."
Right.
They're like, he's left this world. Wow. And I lost my mind. I didn't know how to act. I'm down in Disney. I took my family on a vacation.
Right.
And I'm down there. And all night long, I'm on the phone from 11 o'clock a.m. probably till about 5 a.m. You know, texting people, talking to people, going, "Hey, I'll let you know as soon as I know, as soon as I find out more stuff."
Right.
Then I talk to his sister, and sister tells me Avis, which is she's a saint.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, she started telling me stuff, and then I got Sean telling me stuff, and I got Tone telling me stuff, and I got, you know, I mean, just all of our family.
Yeah.
We are family.
Yeah.
In comedy, we're family.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, I don't care whether we talk to each other, you know, every single week, or talk to each other a month, or we talk to each other a year. We're a family. Right. Dude, my phone blew up.
Yeah.
All night long, it's going off, and people asking about Spank.
Yeah.
And it's hard to say, you know, I don't know anything yet.
Right.
I just, you know, we're still hearing rumors of this.
Right.
And then I'm trying to reach out to Spank, and he's not answering. Then I'm going, all right, well, this is crazy, because every time I call him, he always answers.
Right. Man.
So then I'm like, well, maybe it is real. You know, I mean,
it was like ripples. It went through like ripples. I mean, you know, so many people start hitting me on social media and start calling me and texting me. And of course, a lot of people are still finding out. People hitting me on Facebook like, this can't be right. Say it ain't so. And I'm like, believe me, I wish I could say it, but you know, of course it is, man. We got to do something, man. I don't know if we should have a Spanky Brown night or weekend at the Zone in Charlotte. You know, get together.
We're doing one. It's going to be June 6th.
Okay, June 6th.
June 6th, we're doing a Spanky Brown love fest. I mean, it's all about him. So every dollar that comes in, it's $20 at the door. Every dollar that comes in is going straight to him, straight to the family, straight to Avis to help pay for the bills.
Right.
You know, dude, I mean, this guy is someone that we have been a part of our family, that we've loved for years and years.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. And for him not to be here, man,
it's just weird, man. I mean, I can't. I'm
really
just waiting for him to. I'm sitting in my office right now in front of my computer on my cell phone talking to you.
Right.
I'm waiting for him to walk in and start telling me how bad the Steelers suck.
Yeah.
I'm waiting on it.
Yeah.
Like, it's still not real to me.
It's
like, I
not.
want him to walk. He's going to walk in the door and everybody's going to go, all rise. Yeah. And you all get up for Spanky. He's going to come in. He's going to sit at my desk. And me and him we're going to rip each other.
Right.
As bad as you can rip somebody.
Right.
I mean, we've done it for 30 years.
Yeah, man.
Oh my God, the only word I can think of is it sucks.
Yeah.
Sucks.
Yeah. That's a great adjective. It really is, because the past now almost 7 days, it still don't seem real. Mother's Day almost blew by me because I was thinking about Spank. I was like, whoa, it's Mother's Day. I had to.
You know what? And the same thing for me. I mean, I felt bad for my wife. My wife's like, hey, it's Mother's Day. I'm like, yeah, but Spanky died.
Yeah.
So, shut up.
Yeah. Don't do it, Joe. You'll get in trouble.
No, it was bad. No, I got in trouble. Right? Trust me, I got in trouble.
Man, we out of time, Joe.
I'm like,
but
hey, you know what? Next year you'll have Mother's Day. Today, shut up.
Don't be careful, because then it'll be the anniversary of Spank's death. So, but no, man, I appreciate you, man.
Next year and she'll smack me.
Hold me down a spot for June 6th.
You got June 6th. We're gonna do something in Charlotte.
There we go. All right, all
right, brother.
How much? I need 10 minutes, and I need a light. I need a light at 8.
I'm gonna light you about 7 because I know you go long.
Joe Pace, y'all, Comedy Zone, Heffron talent, big time agent here in our region, in our area, and holding it down for Spank. I appreciate your call, man.
I love you. I love you to death, Hawk.
Hey, man, love you too, Joe. And we're gonna talk soon, and under better circumstances.
You got it, brother.
All right, brother. Hey, y'all, stay right there. Grown Man Podcast. We're remembering our friend, our beloved brother, Spanky Brown, a.k.a. Byron Yeldell. I got Tony Tone and Sean Jones coming up. 2 of my best friends in the whole wide world. It's the Ox Show family. You're inside the Akintunde Show, a.k.a. the Grown Man Podcast. We'll be right back. The Akintunde Show is sponsored in part by Atomic Design. Set the stage for maximum effect for your next live event with Atomic Design. Whether live event production, set design, custom set construction, or modular rental scenery, Atomic Design is the company for you. Official set designer of my upcoming live comedy special, Akintunde Because I Said So. Learn more about the captivating capabilities of Atomic Design. Give them a call today at 717-626-4408 and tell them Akintunde told you to call. Atomic Design, atomicdesign.tv.
$26 logo designs. Need a logo like the ones here? Go to JaleelMakesLogos.com for yours today. JaleelMakesLogos.com. $26 logo designs. Need a logo like the ones here? Go to JaleelMakesLogos.com for yours today. JaleelMixLogos.com.
Hey, what's up, family? The Akintunde Because I Said So Jokes and Music Tour has officially begun. Savannah, Georgia was lit. Moncks Corner was gas. Germany was spectacular. Hollywood, Florida was off the chain. The tour is rolling, and we just added some dates. So, for my full schedule, including speaking engagements, log on to my website.
The 2014 Dove Award Comedian of the Year.
It's the Akintunde Live, Because I Said So, Jokes and Music Tour, coming to a city near you. And if it's not, do something about it. Give us a call at 1-800-280-0094. That's 1-800-280-0094. Or hit me on my website. That's akintunde.net. That's AKINTUNDE.net. Because I Said So, Jokes and Music Tour, coming to a city near you. I'm going to see y'all when I see y'all. Peace. Grown Man Podcast family. Special because we remember my friend, our brother, Mr. Spanky Brown, but also special because I got one of my other best friends right here. Man, I don't know how long I've been knowing Sean, at least 25 years.
Yes, 25 years.
Yeah, and man, but we talking about our brother, our friend. The four. This was the four. Sean Jones, the original heavy hitters. Sean Jones, Tony Tone, Spanky Brown, and
Akintunde.
That's right, Akintunde. I forgot. I left myself out. Man, Sean Jones, welcome to the show first, bro.
Man, it's such a pleasure to be here, man. This is definitely, bittersweet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That situation, but it's always good to talk to my brother.
Yeah.
Because it's been a while. We've had our lives that kind of took hold of us, and we don't get a chance to talk that much anymore.
Right. You seen this brother right here on Comic View several episodes, and you seen him in this a wonderful film. What was the name of that film you did with
Jamie Foxx and Sylvester Stallone.
Jamie Foxx and Sylvester Stallone. Sean's what they call a scene stealer.
It was Shade.
Shade. That was the movie. I was coming over. I was like, what was the name of that movie?
I know.
With Sylvester Stallone and Jamie Foxx, and Sean was in it. Shade. Man, Sean, welcome to the show, bro. But man, first let's go back and talk about Spank. Of course, somebody who just maybe just passing by the podcast may not even know. But of course, we're talking about our brother Spanky Brown, passed last week. I found out Saturday morning. Clearly, everybody's been trying to get in touch with me for about 24 hours. I don't know how. I was missing everything. I was kind of off the grid on Friday, and then Saturday I'm heading to the airport, and I was just sharing this with Joe and Hef. I get a text from Sean, and it's like, call me ASAP, and I'm like, okay, why is Sean texting me this early in the morning? Like, I'm up early. The flight was like 5:45. So that tells you how early I'm up, throwing stuff into the car, heading to the airport. And then I call you up and you tell me this craziness. And man, pick it up, Sean.
Yeah, well, basically, I mean, it was an evening that started out pretty cool. I'm always on the road on a Friday, but I was home with the wife, and we had dinner with nephew Tommy. He was in town. We were doing shows this weekend, so we had a dinner for the listeners of the radio station that I work on, as well as with Tommy and everybody else. And we left the dinner. We came home, and Tommy wanted to go out, but for some reason, I just like, look, I'm gonna stay in bed tonight. I'm home with the family. Yeah, and it was like a good closure to an evening. Yeah, and I dozed off, and approximately 15 minutes later, my phone rang. And there was another friend of mine, Prescott, who's a comedian, which I've been friends with for a long time. Yeah. He, I was like, hey, man, me and Tommy was talking about you. He said, man, I got something to tell you. And I was like, yeah, what's up? He was like, Spanky died. And I said, Spanky who? Because it couldn't have been the Spanky that I was thinking that he was referring to. Right. He said Spanky Brown. And I honestly have to say everything after that is a blur. Yeah. I honestly don't remember the conversation that we had after that.
Yeah.
And I got off the phone and I just sat in the dark for, it seemed like, for years.
Wow.
You know, and I wrote a post, and when I put the post up, my phone just started ringing, and I just, you know, and I finally dozed off about 2:00 in the morning, and you know, and I woke up, and it's that initial feeling like, oh man, that wasn't real, and then reality set in again.
Yeah.
It was like sitting at the foot of the bed waiting for me to wake up to get back on my back.
Yeah. Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I had to call. You know, I called Tony. You know, I called Tony a million times. He was asleep. He went to sleep early. I broke the news to him, and I was like, man, I got to get in touch with Op. You know, and when you finally called me that morning, man, that just, you know, that I don't know. It's just like when the three of us, when all three of us knew that this was true. That's when reality truly set in.
It really was, man. It was weird because, like I told you, Nissa, I said, ain't nothing the same no more. And I understand. And people, I'm just saying, me personally, I haven't dealt with a whole lot of death in my life.
Right.
Particularly with close death.
Right.
So, when you have somebody die that carved out a particular place in your life, it's kind of like, you know, here's the perfect analogy for it. If you ever had a tooth pulled, your mouth feels different, and it's like you everything is now, and that something that was there is not there anymore, and that's how it is with Spank. And it's like when social media has really helped me out. Social media got me through Saturday, and social media got me through Sunday night because I was by myself. Saturday night, and I was really, really, really going through. But watching Spank's videos on his Facebook page, his Facebook live post, watching the comments, the stuff he laughed at, the stuff he said, that really, really helped me out because I was able to focus on him, and I was able to even though it's not the same thing, but it was like, Sean, I could spend a little bit of time with him.
Right, alone,
knowing that I wasn't gonna be able to spend time with him anymore.
Exactly. And that's the hardest part, you know. Like I was watching his, you know, his day after doing laundry when he would just do his stuff that's going on in the world, you know.
Yeah.
He made that his little segment, and I was just watching that today, and it was so crazy because as I looked at him speaking, it seemed like I was looking through him, just noticing all the features in his face, and just watching the movement in his mouth, and just trying to, photocopy that in my brain. So whenever I think about him, I can actually see him as if he was sitting there with me. Yeah. And that gave me a little bit of, comfort, a little bit of smile on my face,
Yeah. But, I just got off the phone with Hef and Joel, and Joel said something, man, that I know some of the reason why we have this, why this is so tough for us, and it's because comedy is like, it's like a brotherhood. It's like being a police officer or being in the military or playing football. We all understand the game. We understand the sport. Particularly, you've been doing it as long as we have. We understand the ups and the downs. We understand the success, the failures. We understand the positive sides and the negative sides. And when you lose somebody, that's in the game with you and been in it at pivotal times in your life, it's a different feeling. It's like a whole different mindset, a whole different way of thinking, a whole different approach that probably somebody else on the outside probably can't fully understand.
Right. They truly can't. I mean, we know just the most intimate secrets about each other. Our fears. We know that's from personal life as well as our stage life. We spend so many hours together. Sometimes we spend more time with each other than we do with our own mates.
Dude, bro, there was some time, there was some years like that 95 to 99. That was the years where, real talk, I probably spend more time with you, Tone, and Spank than I did with you, Nissa.
Exactly. You had to reintroduce yourself every time you walk in the house. The
Right.
kids were like, Mom, there's a stranger in the house. I'm
that
your
man
dad.
with a bag coming in here. You just did 2 weeks on the road or
Yeah.
3 weeks, and I mean, man, you know, and that was the time when all of us, I was a little ahead of y'all in the family, in the kids categories, but
And you still are.
but everybody had begun to have you begin to have children, and our lives were changing and were becoming different. It wasn't quite the same anymore. You said something funny earlier that made me think about what you said something serious that made me think of something funny. You said that we know things about each other. when I was kicking my porn addiction.
Yeah, boy.
All right, y'all. To all my spiritual people, to all my folks who know a Christian comedian, I'm gonna tell y'all something. Now, here's the thing.
Ooh, there was a dirty dog.
I'm not celebrating this old stuff. I'm just telling you, but I'm going somewhere because Spank was a pivotal part of this. Okay, so first of all, let me say this right here. Tony Tone and Sean Jones, before Sean got married, they were bachelors living in Atlanta. Okay, Tony Tone and Sean Jones, by far, bar none, best pornography collection that you will ever find anywhere.
The secret door.
The first time I went to the house and saw it, I was like, where y'all get all this pornography from? Wait. But anyway, so when I was
Tony
kicking,
could name them too.
all kind of names, okay, here's the reason why the porn collection was so good. Okay, but it was good. Here's why it was so good. Because they were getting pornography from Magic City, Club Nicky's, right in Atlanta. Okay, all right. So anyway, so when I was kicking my porn habit, when I got tired of watching porn and knew this, I got to get this out of my life. I got to stop doing it. I never forget, man. I had a tape on the road. I had a video on the road. And I took it to Spanky's room and I said, man, don't give this back to me. Whatever you do, do not give this video back to me. He was like, all right. I said, hey, tomorrow I might say I'll give you the tape back. Do not give this tape back to me. And Spank did not give the video back. That's my man, 50 grand.
Right, and it started his porn addiction. It's like you were like a relay team. You handed him the baton.
Hey man, Joe, I'm sure you knew, but I mean, Joe just told me about June 6th. At the Comedy Zone in Charlotte.
Right.
Okay. So, I'm sure that's gonna be like a comedy reunion, a comedy, family reunion right there.
Yes, sir.
Man, I'm looking forward to that. But man, any closing thoughts? Anything you want everybody to know about Spank, man?
Man, Spank was a good-hearted dude, you know, and it's so crazy because I was the hot-tempered one in the group. I would say,
Mr. Road Rage.
I would get road rage.
Road rage.
To handle at any moment. Everything irritated me, and it's pretty much the same to this day. I'm a little bit more mild-mannered. I pick a flower in the front yard to kind of calm the brother down. But I would go to Spanky sometime with stuff, with like the industry, and I'd be like, Spank, we got to do this. He'd be like, well, man, Sean, maybe we shouldn't jump to conclusions. And it kind of made me upset during the conversation. Mm-hmm. But after we get off the phone, it'd be like, okay, maybe I should approach it differently. And he calmed me down. He was always this calm, even when he was mad. Yeah. He couldn't even curse right. Man, this is hot burning. It didn't come out right.
Right.
But he was always slow with everything he did. His anger was slow. His chewing was slow. Yeah, we talked about this. Spanky, I don't know if there's any human being alive that has chewed each spoonful of food 132 and a half times each chew. Like he would chew his food into a liquid.
Hilarious.
I'm like, bruh, there's no need to chew all that. Your stomach is going to break it down. Big as your stomach is, it will break all that down.
It was funny. That is, you unsolicited, you 3 people in a row who talked about how slow Spanky ate. So y'all know we ain't lying. Y'all know we're not exaggerating.
And it was so cool because we all could just touch on our features. You know, we used to talk about how dark Ark was.
Yeah,
We used to talk about Tony looking like a grown 8th grader because he always built, but he, you know, he wanted to be the athlete. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I was always the one with the big eyes. Spanky was always the fat dude, but we loved each other and we thrived off that because, you know, I'd be like, Spanky, you know, he, like the story, my favorite story about Spanky is telling how he was such a fat dude that only fried chicken can get his car stolen.
Okay, I know we out of time, but you got to tell that story.
Okay, I'm going to tell this real quick.
Because I'm in the story, but I got to tell the story. All right.
You want to tell or you want me to tell it?
No, you tell. You go ahead and tell, and I fill in the blank. But you got to tell in 60 seconds.
Okay, so this dude he had to have this fried chicken from a gas station, not a restaurant, from a gas station restaurant. He ran in there because his fried chicken was calling him. Went in to grab the fried chicken, left his car running, and came out, and somebody had stole his car. Only a fat dude can have his car stolen by a fried chicken.
And here's what's crazy. That happened on I-20 going towards Myrtle Beach, right down the road from Columbia. Spank calls me up. He's like, man, where you at? I'm like, oh, I'm at the crib. He's like, what you doing? I said, I think I'm picking the kids up from school. He said, man, I'm not too far from Columbia. I'm like, okay. He said, I was going to Myrtle Beach. Nigga, somebody done stole my car. I was like, what? I said, all right. And I think I took the kids home. Nope, I got somebody else to take the kids to wherever they was going. A friend of Eunice and I, because Eunice was out of town. I got somebody to take the kids where they were going. I went and picked Spank up, and we drove to Myrtle Beach. And I was like, I said, what were you doing? He was like, man, you know how I love that truck stop chicken? I went there to get me some chicken, and somebody stole the doggone car, man.
And look, the funny part is that, can you give it the scripture? Say, yeah, it was a drumstick, and it was heavily battered, had a little bit of paprika on it. No, sir, the person who stole your car. I don't know, but that chicken, I can identify that in the lineup.
God doggone Spanky Brown, man. That was our boy, our brother, our friend, and man, we love him. We gonna miss him, man. Hey, Sean.
Yes, sir. All
right, bro. We gotta do. I know. I'm one of the biggest culprits, but we gotta do better about calling each other, man.
Yes, sir. We definitely do, man. You know, we went on our very own ways, but this brought us back. You know, it's a sad situation, but I'm so glad that I got you back. You know, in my life, man.
Yeah.
You and Tony, and we're gonna keep his spirit alive. You know, and we're gonna definitely keep in contact with each other, because I wouldn't forgive myself if anything would happen to any of y'all and I not be able to tell you constantly that I love you.
Yeah, man. I love you too, brother. And I never forget our times together. Never forget the journey, the process, the good times and the bad times. And but it was more good, way more good than it was bad, man.
Right. And there's more to come.
More to come, bro. More to come. Sean Jones, man, comedian Sean Jones, and my brother, my friend, and we're remembering Spanky Brown. Stay right there, fam. This is the Akintunde Show.
Hello, my name is Unissa with the Assignment Agency, and our goal is to provide quality Christian, uncompromising artists and speakers for your events and conferences. So whether it's comedy, music, poetry, or a keynote speaker, we can provide someone who's tailor-made for your event.
Just give us a call at 1-800-280-0094. That's 1-800-280-0094. Or log on to theassignmentagency.com. That's theassignmentagency.com. The Assignment Agency, bridging the gap between ministry and industry.
For me, my comedy definitely is a ministry. I mean, no doubt about it. That's what God has given me to bless people. In addition to other things, writing, producing, directing, even speaking. You can tell a joke and tell a story that draws somebody to Christ and reach that person without ever cracking open the Bible or mentioning the scripture. The foundation of our ministry is simple. Entertain the body of Christ and draw the world to Christ through stand-up comedy.
Akintunde Live, Jokes and Music Comedy Tour.
Hey, y'all. Man, thank y'all for hanging out with us. If you're still watching, if you're just tuning in, thank you for hanging out with us. Grown Man Podcast, a.k.a. the Akintunde Show. Thank you to my guest today, Sean Jones, comedian Sean Jones, wonderful friend of Spanky Brown's. Joel Pace, Spank's agent, one of Spank's agents, Booker. Brian Heffron, a.k.a. Hef, another agent and the founder of Heffron Talent. And, man, dude who worked Spank for years, man. Kept Spank on the road for years and years and years. And then Mike Goodwin, wonderful friend of Spank's, a wonderful friend of mine. And, man, all of us just are just sad, but at the same time glad that we had Spank in our lives. All of you, many of you have been hitting me on social media and commenting in the post and sharing the post, sharing the information. Thank you. Thank you to all of you who knew and loved Spank. And thank you for taking time to share your reflections and celebrate his life. The number of people who have hit me, the number of people who have said, like, and you can tell it's real, that profound, I can't believe this, profound sadness about Spanky when they found out about Spank. It's a testament to the man that Spanky was. And like I said, when I found it literally took my breath away, like literally. And I can't ever say I've been sitting on a plane crying before. Can't say that. Before last week. But literally, it's because of the friend that Spank was, the man that Spank was, and it was because of the impact that he left. Certain people, man, again, and the person who don't know Spank, maybe you know somebody that's in your life, whether that's a spouse, whether that's a friend, whether that's a parent, a brother, sister. But there's certain people that when they leave this world, they leave a void in your life. They leave because they took up space. You know, I speak in analogies a lot. And it's like when you move or when you, I don't know if you ever move a piece of furniture or sold a piece of furniture and then you come in and you're like, man, walk in the room like, man, that chair ain't over there no more. That couch ain't over there no more, man. It's like now every day that I've been waking up the past week, I'm remembering, it's a big reminder like, man, I can't believe Spank ain't here no more. But the truth is, he's gone. But he knew Jesus, loved Jesus, grew up in the Word, raised mother and father with pastors, and Spank, when he would come to Columbia, he would go to church with me and Mike, and I know where he is. I know that Spank accepted, knew, loved, experienced, had a relationship with Jesus Christ. So because of that, I know I'm going to see him again. Praise God. Remember our friend, Byron Yeldell, a.k.a. Spanky Brown. This is the Akintunde Show, a.k.a. the Grown Man Podcast. A little bit heavy show today, but we had some fun, and it was for a good reason. Wonderful reason. Next week, Trey Taylor's my guest. Hopefully you'll be my guest. Until then, I'm going to see y'all when I see y'all. Peace.
So come on, scream.